Messed up the live, bro. I messed up the live. I did this shit the wrong way, man. Yeah, it was shaky, y'all. I done messed up the live, bro. Yeah, we gonna slide out. I don't know how loud it is in the background, but we gonna ride out. Let's ride out for a little bit. We got a short little run, though. Short little run. As y'all enter the building. We ain't going too far, though. It was shaking, we're shaking. We're gonna make some noise a little bit. Just going up the road. I'll pick up this load real quick. I've been bullshitting the past, what? 24 hours. Salute to everybody on the matinee check-in. Yeah, we matinee with it. We're going to early live. I'm out here in Tennessee. Slow money. Ain't that crazy. Came out here for a little bag. And we're going to shoot it up top. First order is to go get this shit. Saying I'm about 3 miles away. So then you have to make that Walmart run. You know how it go. You know what I'm saying? So we just leave a Walmart. Have to pick up some things. Yo, shake it. Whoever on the check-in. Who that? Who that? Ray Dawson, what's going on, fool? No weirdos on the live. What's going on? Who that? Duva Hurdle? What's going on, bro? Corey OTO on the check. What's going on? Bill of the Big Blood. What's going on? My man said the Big Blood. Self-made nation. Say your archive the blueprint. Oh, that's a fact. Salute to you on the check-in. Salute to everybody on the check-in. Like I said, we're going to get loaded. Pause that. We're about to go pick up this load. Ain't going too far for the pickup. you at in the South, everybody drive like they don't know where they going. It don't matter where you at in the South, bro. It never fails. Gotta go up this road right here. Yo, I seen. Oh yeah, they making noise. The KB, you talk about they making noise. I done seen that they making noise with the you know, people that ain't supposed to be driving these trucks. They out here making noise about that shit. At that what you call it? At that truck show out there in Kentucky. Seemed like they had a big talk about it with the FMCSA. Seemed like it. I don't know, we might be having some change. Well, hit that curve, fool. Drop one down on them. It's my first time over here, so I don't know where the hell I'm going. I know this is a big ass. Should I turn right here? Cause I see him coming out of here. Should I turn right here? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I should. I just took a guess. Bro. I don't know. Let the driver's entrance. Stop right here. The gate closes at 3:45. Yo, this shit is so weird. These niggas gave me a 3:45 pickup time, so I'm guessing they was trying to say that the gate closes at that time. Boy, that's that bullshit. So that means I could have been picked up. Ah, damn, bro. Hold on, I gotta get that pickup number. Out here on that bullshit. Hold on, y'all give me a second. Be right back. Now I'm back on deck. Yes.
What's your truck number?
24572.
Trailer number?
21333.
You got a Z in front of it?
Yeah.
And you got your ID on
Yeah.
Perfect. So we check you in here, you go to shipping will have your paperwork.
Alright.
So whenever you get loaded, come back to us, we'll check you out.
Shipping got the paperwork. Whenever I get loaded, come back this way.
Yep.
And check me out.
Yep, so we can put you in the computer and we will be good to go.
Alright.
So, you're here, Vicky. So you're just gonna follow to the left, right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little curve. Come to the fence, follow to the building, make a right. Park here, walk in between dots 20 and 21, and I'll tell you where to go.
Alright. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Now I'm back on deck. She ain't even asked for my number. She asked for the pickup number. I heard over here they take about 4 or 5 hours to load a nigga, man. 4 or 5 hours. say. But that's what I heard. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for all that. Got a whole bunch of Landstore truckers over here. Clearly, this is one of Landstore's biggest customers. So if y'all out here at the Blue Star, y'all know where the hell I'm at. I wonder what the money like at the Blue Star, yo. If you're over at the Blue Star, let me know what the money like right now, because it seems like they ain't affected too bad. Trucks still up and down, moving and grooving. That's crazy. Look how far I come. Pay attention to the shipping. The whole buddy right there. Seen this truck earlier. I don't know why the hell I ain't come earlier, man. See, that's why, yo, they give you times, and in reality, you could have got here earlier, because me and old buddy over there was chilling at the same spot. And he already about to get, like he getting loaded. Damn, bro. I knew his ass was coming over here. Now I'm back on back. Just saying what the you want. Lock my CEO up. Let's slide up in there. Where that paper at? Two 21336. Hey, I told the lady the wrong trailer number. That shit's 21336. I told her 21333. Might be a problem, might not. Two 1-3-3-6. We got low reefer trailers.
Yes, ma'am.
Kick to the day. Got the cement joints on, you know what I'm saying?
And that is going to Ace in West Jeff, Ohio, right?
Yo, Mez, you know we keep them on, bro. I know I messed up with trying to switch the camera around, bro. Might have to start the live back over, but we're gonna thug it out for right now. Yeah, we at that right now. Real Hood TV, do you still got Cranberry? Is that where you drive? Nah, Cranberry parked up, bro. She rusty and dusty. Rusty and dusty, though. We're gonna get it together.
So the load's in there, but I'm not able to pick it up.
You still, KB, what to do? See you still at it. Yeah, we're gonna still be at it, bro. We ain't tapping out. Well, KB, I've been watching videos since 19 when I was 21. I first stepped in the industry. You the reason I started Schneider's too, because where you at started. Yo, salute to you getting out here, bro. I know it's ugly outside, but it is what it is. Gio said you keeping them pipes? Hell yeah. Spend too much money and not keep them. They trying to have me adjusted. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Shout out to Charleston checking in. Flying through Charlotte. What's a good Jamaican spot? Yo, go to It ain't like a restaurant or nothing, but go to Craven Caribbean. Look them up on Instagram. I'm trying to tell you, they hit. They got this plate called the Big Back or Big Bank. Yeah, the Big Bank plate. Yeah, yeah. You're gonna spend about $50 though on the plate, but you got a little bit of everything on there: lamb chop, oxtail, shrimp. About $50 though. You driving big trucks, you got it. I don't know what I'm picking up over here. Some type of machinery, it said. I think I could have got here earlier, man. That's the shit I don't like. They tell you, oh, no, your pickup time is such and such. But in reality, the time that they're giving you is the last time that they loading somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. Thank you. Pay for a pickup? Who do you drive for? Maybe just real quick. Perfect.
What is your trailer number?
Z in the front, 21336.
21336?
Yes.
21336.
Yes.
Okay. We'll make sure.
Okay.
Okay, so what is your pickup number? It'll be a 6100 or an 81?
6100858305.
So that one was no, Cam hasn't released it at all. I think
Lumber booming right now. Tapping in from Texas. Now it's a Beamer coupe. I'm about to get another one. Yeah, that's next up on the list. Classic. My thing is, I end up giving that car up when I was supposed to. I think I told the story on what happened to it, but I'm gonna tell it again in a minute. I'm mad at that. Man, I pretty much done forfeited it. I was supposed to go pick it up because it had got towed, and I just never went for it. Went to go get it, it's gone. We get another one though, a couple weeks. Oh, that's why it's gonna take forever in the day to load, cause them shit's getting loaded on the floor. Oh, that's nasty work. When it ain't on pallets and it's on the ground, forever in a day, bro. think it's gonna mess up my next pickup.
Okay, you had a 4:45 appointment, but I got you checked in. If you go wait in the staging area, as soon as we get a dock open, the yard guy will come and let you know which one to back into.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks. It's at 4:45. They told me 3:45.
No, you're good, man.
She said 4:45, but they gave me 3:45. So that means sit your ass down and be there forever in a day. That's what that means. I put a new bumper on the truck. Look at the new bumper. Yeah, I know these trucks came with they came with the bumper that curve up, but you see I put the rectangle bumper on my thing right there. Yeah, truck need a wash and all that, but don't worry about that. Yeah, I put that $1,000 for the bumper. Need a truck wash though. So you know the game, hurry up and wait. Y'all know how it goes. I said I had some time, so I had to tap in. You know we got some shit to talk about. Yo, I seen the story yesterday. Yo, I don't know what's wrong with people, bro. Let me know if y'all can hear me though, cause I got the windows down there. Old buddy Island his truck. So let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Sound check, sound check, sound check. Sound Gucci, sound loud and clear, loud and clear. Alright, so remember when I was talking about all of that you know, foreigners out here running around. Yo, I seen some video yesterday. And I don't know, it looked like it's picking up steam. I don't think it got nothing to do with me, you know what I'm saying? But it's just ironic that the timing of that shit is looking like it's making some progress. Because here's the thing. I knew it was gonna take this, unfortunately, but it's true. So it was an older gentleman, you know, older white guy. You know, he got taken out of here, you know what I'm saying? And his wife, yeah, she went in front of Congress or went in front of the board or whatever you want to call it, and she was telling how much she was devastated, you know, with a loss. Everybody that deal with a loss gonna feel that way. But she's the one that's pushing for this shit. Now, yeah, they don't want to listen to the truck drivers, so let them listen to the victims. You know what I'm saying? Let them listen to the victims. And she was up there. She was like, in a weird way, she kind of feels sorry for she feels sorry for the dude, but obviously she still want regulation to be, you know, let me switch some shit up. Hey, I think it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? In a matter of time, it's gonna happen. In a matter of time, believe it's gonna happen, bro. And yo, bittersweet moment. You know what I'm saying? Because I got some people that ain't from outside, ain't from here, but they out here moving and grooving, doing the right thing. But it is what it is, man. Casualty, yo. I think about the T680 for my first truck. I'm sitting next to one right now. Look at this shit right here. So if you ask me what I think about it, hey, listen, it's a decent looking truck. I ain't never drive it. But what I can tell you is, when you buy that shit, make sure you got a plan to go delete it. That's all I can tell you. Alright? That's the best advice you should be able to take from your boy. When you go ahead and buy that shit, make sure you got a solid plan for where you're gonna go to go get it deleted. Because you're gonna need to. Before I even finished up a whole week, when I got this truck, I already had a plan that I was about to go get it situated. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so make sure you got that together. That's all I'm saying. Now, of course, you can buy one and they ain't got no DEF problems and all that. Yeah, that can happen. But you asking me my I guess you could say expertise, opinions at this point. I've been in it long enough. I would say make sure you got a plan to go get that shit deleted. That's one less issue you got to worry about. That's all I'm saying. But it's a good looking truck. You know what I'm saying? Look good. I ain't never been inside of it. It look good though. Hell nah. Mr. H said, I heard it here first about these illegal truck drivers. See? Hey, I'm not saying I'm the one that put it out there, but it just might have been the timing. You know what I mean? Just might have been the timing. Timing was right. And me talking about it at that time is what it was. You know? But some shit gonna happen, y'all. I believe it. I can almost feel this shit. Pause. I can almost feel that it's gonna happen. And this summer too. Yeah, this summer. So if you out here, you kind of like trying to figure out what you're trying to do, go ahead and put that money up. Cause you already know parts price is gonna go up. Today's the day, Liberation Day. Y'all know what that is? Let me fill you in on Liberation Day is, alright? This is the day that Uncle Trump decided that he's gonna put terrorists into play. For everybody, alright? Everybody getting terrorists in. So just know that everything gonna be more expensive. Food, parts, whatever you can think of, alright? It's gonna be more expensive. So just be prepared for that. Alright? Don't make no decisions that you're gonna regret right now. Alright? Don't be like Anthony Edwards. Don't do it like that, cause your money don't stretch like that, bro. Don't be like Anthony Edwards. My man, I didn't even know that was a thing. So apparently this was a thing. So if you go ahead and you get somebody pregnant that you don't want pregnant, I don't know if this is true or not, but this is what I read. Alright? So if you made up your mind that you don't want baby, you go ahead and you sign the rights away and you pay one lump sum and it's over with. It can't be. That's not how it go. If I'm tripping, say I'm tripping. That's not how it go. They said you go ahead to the courthouse or wherever you need to go, file a petition saying that you signing your rights away, and then you're not obligated for the 18 years. That's bullshit. It sounds like bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. It sounds like bullshit. It sounds like there'll be a whole bunch of goofies lined up at the courthouse if that was the case. But hey, man. Now that you got both sides of the coin. Like, is that the wrong thing for him to do, or is it the right thing for him to do? Because he's letting you know, I don't want to be a part of this, right? I was just trying to have a good time, not try to be stuck with your ass for a long time. That's what I'm saying. What's right or wrong? I don't know. But it should come to a collective agreement, all right? It should come to a collective agreement. Because we already know why she want to keep it. Now, if he was a regular degular, first of all, he probably would have never got to touch it. That's first of all. And second of all, she ain't, keep it for what, right? She's seeing this as a dollar sign. Okay, maybe you can't say that. Maybe, all right, whatever. But yo, if that's the law, that's some wild shit. I ain't gonna lie. Just go ahead and sign up and be like, listen, man, I had a wild night, too much Casamigos, and I topped it over with some Hennessy, and I done did something that I ain't supposed to have been doing. And then before you know it, you sign your rights away, you ain't got to worry about it. That's wild. I Am Trucker Sam says it's definitely true. Shit. So how come nobody know about that? Those ain't my problems. You know what I'm saying? Those ain't my problems. But I'm just saying, though, why is that not talked about more? The minute that you find out that somebody that you ain't want to be with is carrying yours, right? Got your child in their belly, you can go to the courthouse and sign off and saying that I don't want no parts of this child life, and you can sign up and you not on the hook. That's what you saying is true? That's crazy. I ain't never heard that. So some of y'all don't know. Y'all pull out game of week. The head, man. Y'all got an out right there. Y'all got an out. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how to stop yourself? Don't worry about it. Just go ahead and sign yourself up. Make sure you got that first lump sum, all right? Make sure you do the calculations in your brain, how much you make and all that. Make your first lump sum and get it out the way. Go ahead and get it out the way. Real Hood News TV, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. Do you still got to pay? You still got to pay. After you sign your rights away, do you still have to pay? Because if you still got to pay, why sign your rights away? So why, DC said it's been around for forever. And ain't nobody ever bring that up for my ears? Like, I ain't never heard that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for regular people? It It ain't for you and I. It ain't for the common folk. Cause I'm trying to see something. Those of y'all that got a problem with keeping yourself together, keeping y'all meet where it's supposed to be at, hey, you might want to go look into that. Go look into that. They say you don't want to call Anthony Edwards a deadbeat and all that. Man, he said what he said. A deadbeat is somebody that had the child and don't take care of the child. He just made up his mind that I don't want to be with this person for 18 years. You know what I'm saying? I don't want this person in my life for 18 years. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. You look good enough for me to knock you down, but you don't look good enough for maybe now you got to do with looks. Your character is flawed. I don't want to lock you down. I'll knock you down, but I don't want to lock you down. It be like that. It be like that. And if that's the case for him, and he was able to give it away like that, that's shit. I am said Chuck, the same reason people don't know that he can 50-50 custody, she pay you. I think people know about that one, because I know about that one. You know what I'm saying? You can get 50-50, and if she making more than you making, and you documenting all that, she got to pay you. But that's a real thing. You know, the men pride and the ego, and they ain't gonna allow themselves to be in that situation. That's what I think. They got ego and pride, man. So they'll unless she got big paper. If she got long paper, that ego and pride should go out the window. You know what I'm saying? Let's imagine, hypothetically, you was able to smash Oprah and you got her pregnant. Man, shit. Ain't no pride or ego there, alright? Send that chicken. I need that. But Oprah smart though. She said ain't nobody gonna get none of this money. That leads me to think, like, is that a miserable life? Cause look, I know of one woman that it's almost like she almost developed like a mental illness, bro. I ain't gonna lie, like a little off. You know what I'm saying? A little off. And I think it has everything to do with the decision that she made when she was in her heyday. You know when you in your heyday? When they in their heyday, they fine as shit. You know what I'm saying? Shorty look like, if y'all was with me for long enough, y'all probably remember me telling this story. Shorty look like goddamn Nia Long. The KB, you bullshit. No, I ain't. Like Nia Long, and she up there in age. I don't know how old she was. I still don't know. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea. Because how I'm gonna find out? First of all, if you ask her, she ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna ask her. She ain't gonna tell me. She gonna hit me with you don't ask a woman their age and all that other shit. Alright, cool. That's one. And two, the only other way I would find out if I, sneak and take a look at her license. Ain't nobody doing that. You get caught doing that, you look crazy, right? So I ain't never know her age, but I know she up there, and I can always see that she regret not reproducing. And I think it messed with her mentally, man. You know what I mean? But it ain't the time for that. These days, it ain't the time for that. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but it ain't the time for that. There's too much uncertainty going on. You know what I'm saying? Too much uncertainty. No one knows what's going to be what, and it's too much uncertainty. So you got to focus on yourself right now, bro. Straight up. Just Jaquan said he's a millionaire. The rules are different. I believe that. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's for regular folks, man. Because if it was, I would like to believe that I would have heard that once or twice in my day. I ain't never heard that. I ain't never heard that you can go ahead and sign up and you done. One lump sum payment, sign up, and then you out of there. I ain't never heard of it. Another nigga news though. Man, look, it took what? Well, we in April, January, February, what? 4 months. 4 months in. But every year, it's just like clockwork. Every year, one of these rappers got to go to the upper room. You know what I'm saying? One of these rappers got to go to the upper room. I don't recall anyone else this year that I could think of, but that young Scooter situation was kind of wild. I ain't gonna lie. Whenever somebody die that you don't see, you don't really hear nothing from, then all of a sudden they just end up dead. It's one of those things like, kind of wild, bro. Make you question some things. Alright? Make you question some things. But for the man to die out like that, I ain't never heard no shit like that. It's a lot of unheards is going on. My man bled out. That's what they saying. So you went to go hop a fence You know what I mean? You wasn't gonna hop a fence and then you cut yourself on something on the fence. Maybe you had a nail in the fence. Yeah, that happened to me. I got a cut like that too. Yeah, it got me. You went to hop the fence and that shit scraped you up. That happened to me before. But to the point where you bleed out and you, man, I don't know. I don't know. Future about to drop a classic. Your KB, what you insinuating? I ain't insinuating nothing. I ain't insinuating nothing. But Future about to drop a classic, alright? Believe that. His time that came and went. So he said he got to shake back. So something got to happen. Sacrifice. You know what I mean? Certain shit I ain't buying. Like he said, who said that? G80 Sean, I ain't buying that. You know what I mean? Certain things you just kind of like, yo, that story over makes sense. Like, how bad was that cut for you to bleed out in the time of where there's nobody that you was running with? But clearly, if you're running, you know you was in that house. There was some shit up in that house you wasn't supposed to be around. Clearly, if you're ending up and running like that. That's just some unexpected. Look, and I ain't gonna say I ain't a Young Scooter fan. You know what I mean? He got one or two songs that I listened to, I heard before. But it just, that shit just sound crazy. You know, like, shit, if Police shot him, it would sound a little different. I ain't gonna hold you. It'd be like, alright, you know, expected. But to bleed out, that one's different. It'll be different, dog. It's for regular people. No weirdo said, nah, these women and men is goofy. They don't need to bring kids here. Yo, not only that, but this generation is different, bro. Like, there's so many videos that I see and it just don't make sense, bro. Like the shit that these young kids are doing. Oh man, I'm talking about shootout in point blank range. Let's like you and me standing right here, conversation. I don't know what was said, but next thing you know, shoot point blank. Everybody shooting, looking this way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody shooting, looking this way. Not even trying to hit nobody who they trying to hit. But of course, other people get hit. Hey man, scared for the future, bro. Scared for the future, dog. I'm telling you. Those that's out here still reproducing, good for y'all, man. Y'all brave. I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all brave. Yeah, y'all ain't thinking ahead. Oh, maybe y'all know of some shit that nobody else know about. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But the way things look out here, it don't look good. She said go to Doctor 14. Y'all heard her. We ain't going nowhere, cause we gonna be here for forever and a day. So y'all gonna rock with your boy. Cause they loading these shits on the floor. Hold up. They don't put a seal on my door. I don't know if I'm supposed to open up the seal or not. I took the seal off. I don't know if I was supposed to. I wasn't listening when she told me. Hope I don't hear no bullshit because I took the seal off. showed me 14 and there's somebody in 14. See what I'm saying? Shit like that, bro. Y'all heard me say 1-4. There's somebody in 1-4. Oh, he about to move. All right. Old buddy right there about to move. You know, he taking his, take his time, get his paperwork together and all that. And I was about to go holler at old lady. Like, you told me 1-4. And his truck at 1-4. But Burka Logistics, alright? Burka Logistics. Come on, my guy. Oh, see, nah. That's some inconsiderate shit. That's the shit I be talking about. You can move that shit, bro. He can move it all the way out the way and then close his doors. But for you to do that shit right there, type of shit right there, he looked at me like, I don't give a fuck about your time. That's crazy. Something that simple right there can make somebody have some words, bro. Something that simple. Something that simple will make you want to be like, bro, why didn't you just move it up instead of having me wait? And he look old enough to know that. You know what I'm saying? If you're a young buck or whatever the case may be, maybe you're not thinking ahead. But he been out here long enough. Well, I shouldn't say that because he just old. Now I mean he been out here that long. But that's that bullshit, bro. Little simple shit like that. The etiquette, the trucking etiquette, he ain't studied the book. He ain't studied the book. The unspoken words or the unwritten book, he ain't understand it. And look how long he taking. Look how long he taking. Now, would I be wrong to go holler at him? Would I be wrong? Like, bro, why don't you move up so I can back in and you can go close your doors over there? Nah, KB, don't start no shit that you don't gotta start. Alright. I'm gonna give him a countdown though, I ain't gonna lie. Cause he looked at me. And he see what I was trying to do. We're gonna give him a countdown though. And who wanted to bet that he don't speak no English? Who wanted to bet that his primary language is not English? And I sometimes just be in my head, you know what I mean? But I be feeling like niggas be doing shit on purpose just to get under your skin. Look at this goofy ass. Look at him right now. You could have moved that shit. And he don't want to look this way now, though. He don't want to look this way now. So you know what the hell he did? He could have moved that shit all the way out the way. Look at all the space. All that space. He could have moved that shit. But he wanted to keep it right there. Lame ass up out of here, fool. Come on, bro. Forever in the day. Boy gonna be here forever in the day. If you've been driving as long as I've been driving and your back game's still suspect, I mean, you out here bullshit. Driving is the easiest part of this shit now. Yeah, out here bullshit. Out here playing. Out here pump fake. I'm out here pump fake. Get on in. Let it touch. Alright, so I shut the truck off at 3:45. Hold up. Do something real quick. Hold on. I have to make sure my clock didn't start. You know what I mean? Make sure your clock ain't start because I'm gonna be here for forever in the day, and look like I'm gonna be riding through the night tonight, which is cool. That's what I want to do. Only thing is I ain't really take no nap like that. But we ride through the night. All right, we got this load that's picking up in out here Ashland City. Ashland City going up to Rochester, New York. About 700 and change miles, 760 something like that. A little over $2,000. I mean, not bad, but it ain't. I figured out the sauce. It took me a little minute because I was just looking in the areas where I want to be at. But I see that over here with this company, I need to be in the Midwest and then work my way out the Midwest. That's where the money at. All right, so I figured it out. It took me a couple weeks to figure that out. But yeah, start with the Midwest and then work my way out and then find me something back to the Midwest and work my way out. That's what it is. That's where I see everything over 2 and change. But get a load today, drop it off the next day. Clearly ain't gonna happen with this one, but get a load today, drop it off the next day or the day after next, and then pick up the next day back to back. But like I said, this trailer is gonna be loaded on the floor, and when I deliver, I'm gonna be 3 hours away, and it's an 8-hour appointment. Not 3 hours away, 2.5 hours away. It's gonna be a 11 a.m. appointment for my next pickup. So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tight, bro. And that's a Friday. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody want to be caught with no load on a Friday. You're going to be sitting there all weekend with nothing to do. Oh, hell nah. So we're going to have to make some shit shake. 8 o'clock appointment. But I'm going to get there at 6. Oh, you got 8 o'clock appointment. Oh, word? Damn, I ain't know that. Well, I'm here. So we're going to get that situated because I'm about to take a couple weeks off. And I'm going to show y'all why I'm taking a couple weeks off. But let me see what's going on there. Should be an age limit on getting licensed. I think for them to do the test, like the medical test and all that, that's what it's really for, to see if you able to drive the truck. Cause you out here and your health ain't together, whether you young or old, it don't matter. It's like certain drivers, they out here catching strokes. I ain't saying that, you know, because you're. You know what I'm saying? You just lazy, bro. I just say what it is. You just lazy, bro. You drive all day, you sit in the truck, no type of movement, don't get no blood pumping through your body and all that. You stroked out. You know what I mean? Keep yourself together, bro. Get out the truck and walk around. Can't just drive and then sit in the front seat for 2 hours and go to the back and lay down. Nah, bro, you gotta go walk around, man. But walk around a little bit and keep yourself keep your joints movement. You know what I mean? Keep your blood pumping, bro. Because you out here, you know, eating that bullshit, clogging up your arteries and all that thing. Ain't a good look. And yo, I should. Oh, let me see something real quick, bro. But now I'm thinking about why I took this load, because they had one earlier that was picking up at 9 a.m. and it would have delivered on Thursday. Yeah, it would have delivered on Thursday. But the time for my next pickup would have been too much space. And you know, if you start your clock gonna keep running. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking ahead and all that. But I would have been on the move already, man. And I think I might be behind the storm, because I think they got some storm that's coming through here. Then they got some storm. Let me check the weather app, bro. Make sure you got that weather app shaking, because let me double check. Somebody asked me what I be eating on the road. Yo, I've been trying not to spend so much money, but that ain't gonna never work. You know what I'm saying? I spend money every day to buy some food. I ain't gonna lie, every day. Now, those that can actually sit there and cook after driving, good for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Good for y'all. I can't do it. Not every day. You know what I'm saying? If you got a load where you delivered for the day and you got delivered early and you got all the rest of your day until your next day pickup, all right, cool. Maybe you can find the time to do it. But you work all day and then your next morning, 10 hours up, and then you about to get back to work, and nobody got time to be cooking that. Ain't no air fryer. I eating that processed shit. It's the same thing. Same thing. Unless you out there actually cooking, you know what I'm saying? You got your olive oil, you got your fresh meat, pause, you got your veggies and everything. You slice it up and you get it like you in the kitchen cooking. Man, you ain't eating no better. You go ahead and go buy those frozen nuggets and fries and all that other shit. You might as well go to Checkers or Popeyes or some shit. Ain't no different. You ain't saving no money for real. And to be honest, I just find it hard to believe that you out here working and then you keep worrying about the money that you spend on food. Food is the one thing that I don't really think about when I'm spending money. You know what I'm saying? That's what we working for. How many people wouldn't work if they could just eat for free? There'd be a lot of niggas not working if you can just eat for free. If you can just go anywhere you want and eat for free. Nah, but what you working to eat. So I don't really put a price on food when it comes to food, bro. You spend your money when you gotta eat. Everything else I might be a little frugal with. You know what I mean? Everything else. But when it comes to buying food and all that, I don't know, eat what you want to eat, bro. Now, if you got to sacrifice, because getting in the truck, and especially when you're trying to own it out, you got to chill out for a bit. You're trying to save your money, so you out here peanut butter and jelly in it. Little Roman noodle soups. Y'all see me eat Roman noodle soups. Eat Roman noodle soups. I mean, your what you call it? Your little beef jerkies, Paul. You got your little jerkies going on. You know what I'm saying? You got your proteins or whatever it may be. You got those going on. So you try to save a little money. I dig all that. Oh, you been out here, man. You better have your shit together by now. Doesn't matter the climax. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter the climate. You should be able to get some money if you got a truck. Alright? And it's still that debate. It's crazy that debate is still going on. Should you have a truck or should you not? That debate should have been died. That shit should have died years ago. Alright? I try to simplify it as much as I can by saying what matters. What matters to you most? That's what I'm saying. What matters to you most? Alright? Do you want to be at home and have a peace of mind and all that shit? Do you want to have a peace of mind and knowing that you work when you want to work? You get you a truck. Alright? It's that simple. It's that simple. But you can't have it both ways, bro. You can't want to, move around when you want to move around, but at the same time, you don't want the responsibilities of owning a truck. That's not how it works. So you got to choose a side, bro. If you're okay with old buddy telling you got to work 4 weeks to get 3 days off, don't worry about no truck. Don't worry about it. You don't need no truck because you don't want the stress that come along with it. That debate's still going on. That's crazy. I guess there's new people getting in the trucking all the time, you know what I mean? New people getting in the trucking every day. So I guess it's one of those things that is something to talk about, I guess. But I know for damn sure, if it wasn't for me wanting to do what I want to do when I want to do it, I wouldn't even be thinking about no truck. You know what I mean? You got some people that's fortunate enough to find a place where they can work when they want to work and all that, and they company driving. That's great. You know what I mean? It's great. But me, I need to do what I want when I want. All right? Let me put this on the charger. My shit about to die as usual. I don't know if it's gonna charge though. So hopefully it don't get me up out of here. Hold up. I bet I had to turn my hotspot off. Turn the hotspot off so it don't kill my battery that fast, because the iPhone, I had the iPhone a little too long and the service don't be great on it. Not the service, the battery life ain't too great on this shit. So it might be time for an upgrade. Change gonna come, bro. Hey, I just want to be in the forefront of the change, bro. I just want to be in the forefront. I just want to see how shit gonna go and how much of a night and day situation situation. I just want to see how it's gonna be, because the minute that they implement that shit, that they cracking down on all CDLs, all right, all CDLs. If you got that non-domicile or whatever you call that foolishness, or if you got one of those Mexico licensed CDLs that they can't really verify if it's fake or not, that's kind of wild. They can't verify if your CDL from Mexico is fake or not. I think we in the beginning stages of shit about to get real, and it's gonna get great for us. It just is what it is. I think this shit gonna shake this summer. I don't know. I just feel it, bro. I just feel that's what's gonna happen. You gonna have Trump talk about it. He ain't say not one thing about it out loud yet, But the minute he say we gonna get our agencies, we gonna demolish it and we gonna start it from the ground up, change gonna come. Believe that. He's no way in hell he gonna allow for you to not have a birth certificate or something of that nature. That's what I'm looking forward to. And then I'm talking about overnight, it's gonna be a light switch. I'm trying to tell you it's gonna be a light switch. Cause if they out here doing the you know how they be doing the safety blitz and all that. So if they out here doing what they call it, checkpoints and all that, and they saying, let me see your shit. Let me see what you got. Let me see your documentation. We can do a level 3 inspection. Let me see. And if they can't verify this shit real enough, they're gonna take it right there and then. There's gonna be so much trucks out of service. I believe that's how the blitz gonna go. I believe that shit. Trying to tell you, bro. And when it do happen, hopefully y'all got a couple dollars, y'all go ahead and buy a truck and you're gonna make your money back. Alright? So those little $2 loads gonna jump to $3.50. Cause there ain't gonna be enough trucks to cover it. That's what I believe. You don't believe what you wanna believe. I believe that. Facts. Food my biggest expense. Prince the trucker, that's a fact, bro. You gotta eat, man. And I'm not sacrificing that for nothing. To eat or to save money. Eat or to save money, bro. You gonna save money and you might get knocked off and you saving money for what? Better go ahead and spend your money on food and eat the way you want to eat. That's all I'm saying. Now if you in stack mode, then it's different. This is not for those that's in stack mode. Cause when you in stack mode, you gotta, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta go to sleep with your stomach a little grumbling. Alright, your stomach grumbling. You might gotta go to sleep like that because you got a bigger picture that you're working towards. So, but if that's your situation, bro, you better go buy what you want to buy, bro. KB, what about company driver versus lease? I say you lease with a plan to get your own shit. That's what I'm saying. You lease with a plan to hop out the truck and do something different. You don't just lease and then be on a treadmill. Alright, you just running in place. You don't just lease for all that. Cause you're gonna make some money leasing. You're gonna spend a lot of money too, but you're gonna make a lot of money leasing. So if you're not leasing with a plan, I don't think you should lease. Cause I know for damn sure I would lease. If I ain't had no truck, if I ain't had a couple dollars, if I ain't coming in with a couple dollars, I absolutely would have leased for a good amount of time, create a reserve, and get back their truck. Because shit, leasing is like company driving. Ain't no difference like company driving. You try to go home if you want. You're gonna be in a hole digging yourself out the hole. You can try to if you want. But yeah, ain't no different, man. I'll definitely lease. I advise that. Trump has been standing on business. Glad I voted for him. Hey, he definitely standing on what he said. You know what I mean? Heard inward cameras coming to owner operators. See, the thing about that is, how would they enforce that? You know what I mean? How would they enforce inward cameras to owner operators? Now, it must be the company that you're working with. So, if you lease onto a company and they're requiring that you have inward facing cameras, you go to a different company. And if everyone feeling like every company trying to do that, you're gonna have people have their own authority. And then if it get to the point where if you have a truck, period, and you gotta have inward facing cameras, oh yeah, shit gonna get ugly. But I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that. You got people that's gonna fight against this shit. And how do you regulate that really? I don't know. It's too much. They got other shit to worry about though. That's the least of their worries. They worry more about the clearinghouse, which is sad. They definitely are, and I don't know. Is the clearinghouse making making the streets safer, the roads safer? I don't know. Since they implemented the clearinghouse, have there been less accidents because of drug use or alcohol abuse or all that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't think so. I don't think the clearinghouse did none of that shit. Other than, keep people that like to blow a little bit of butter and shit out the game. That's all it did. Cause you drink alcohol, unless you got a real problem, alright? How many people drive and at the end of the day they gonna pop them a little Budweiser or Bud Light or whatever it is. And if you got a real problem, you gonna pop your bottle of Hennessy or some Douce or some shit. You know what I mean? It should be a weekend thing only, alright? So if you find yourself driving through the week and you find yourself an ABC liquor store or wherever you get your liquor from, alright, or even for Walmart. Sometimes if you're in Missouri, you go to Walmart, you can go get you some alcohol and shit. So if you find yourself driving Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday come around, you talk about you need some hard liquor, you got a problem, bro. You need to go address those issues, alright? Don't dismiss the fact that you got an underlying problem and you need to go address those issues. That's all I'm saying. Because there's no reason why you want to drink some Hennessy on this Wednesday afternoon. There's no reason. It's still some money to make, bro. You know what I mean? Now, if you want a glass of wine at the end of the night, it's all good. Have your glass of wine and you chill, you wind down. But you drink a whole liquor throughout the week, yeah, I advise you to go find some peace, bro. Yeah, go find the problems and identify the problem. First, you got to identify the problem, and then you can work towards getting shit together. No reason why you going through your week and you're already drinking Hennessy. You know what I mean? Don't do it. Mr. Black 331, so I'm cooking right now in the truck. There you go. See, Mr. Black got time. You know what I mean? What you cooking, bro? What you over there cooking? I'm gonna get back to it though. I'm gonna just have the option to, you know, I'm gonna have the hot plate and all the seasoning and all that good shit that I need. I'm gonna just keep myself with the option to do it. You know what I mean? But I gotta get the generator, and I also gotta, you know, summertime's coming. It's gonna be a hot ass summer. I'm not one to want to be idling all day. I know some dude that was working at the power only company I was at. Yeah, he never turned his truck off, bro. Never. Alright? He got him an old classic. He had him a cat engine in there. He keep his truck running 24/7. As long as he's in the truck is idling. I don't know, man. Obviously, he ain't got the DPF shit on there, so it's not getting clogged up. But he said that truck got 1,000,000 miles on it, and he ain't even touch it. So I guess in his mind, keep the engine moving, and it's better for the engine. I don't know. He said he got awards, all kind of awards for that engine, making it to 1,000,000 miles without no touch-ups or nothing like that. So I don't know. But yeah, nah. I need a little peace. I don't need the truck idling all night. So like I said, I gotta get me a generator, and they got some shit called cause look, I was gonna get the, you know how some people got that, what they call it, that little APU shit that go to the back of the truck, and they got a drill holes in there. I was looking at the back. I was like, man, I don't want them cutting up the back of my shit, so I gotta go to the alternative. One, I go get an APU for 30 bands. Not doing it. Maybe you might get a little less than that, but you're gonna be spending 5 figures. I ain't doing it. That's one. And the second option is, get me a little generator and get that Zero Breeze. You heard of Zero Breeze? Yeah, I'm gonna try that shit. I'm gonna try it to see how it works. Every reviews I seen on it, it was like, as long as you got a little confined area, that shit gonna keep it cool. You know what I mean? Gonna keep it nice and cool. So that right there is $1,300 plus tax, of course. So $1,300, and then the generator that I want is about $400. Let's say $400. So that's like 2 bands right there to get ready for the summertime. They work together, all right? So I ain't got to idle the truck. 2 bands better than 30. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So we're gonna try it out to see how that works. And yeah, all the reviews I seen say it worked good, keeping it cool. As long as you got the curtains, you know what I mean? It goes through the window. It got a long tube, whatever. You stick the tube through there, keep the curtains closed, and it work all night off the generator. So that's just an alternative. You know what I mean? If you ain't trying to break the bank, or if you ain't trying to idle all night, you got the alternative. I wonder why I got into the door before this dude. They go option Zero Breeze. Can you lease to own? Yeah, you can lease to own. Some companies doing lease to own. I don't know if they still are though, but what's your biggest motivation to stay consistent driving trucks for all these years, KB? Biggest motivation is not being broke. It's very simple for me, bro. My biggest motivation and biggest inspiration is not needing, you know, to ask nobody for no money, bro. So if your biggest problem is needing help, you better stay on your shit. Very simple. And plus, I ain't got nothing else to do. Might as well make some money. Now look, that's the thing. When you got a whole bunch of other shit to do, you involved with this, you got these people that you hang out, you got this going on. Yeah, so your focus may be taken off the goal. I ain't got those issues. Right? I ain't got nothing else to do other than make some money. Alright? Got nothing else to do. Of course, I could go find some shit to do and make myself available for certain things and all that. But I don't have no interest in it. So the motivation for me is not going broke. Very simple. Money, you know, money's not the most important thing. It ain't about the money. It's about the freedom from the money. That's what you gotta understand. It ain't about the money. It's about the freedom or the ability to do certain things that comes from the money. Right? Now it ain't the money. know, money ain't gonna make or break me, but it's a fact of having the ability to do what I want to do. If y'all see me look, I'm just looking over there because, you know, they got some loading going on over there. And I don't know how heavy that box is right there, but we're gonna see if that shit if it's gonna sink. But no, it ain't that heavy. It ain't that heavy. So basically, my trailer's getting filled up with those boxes right there. What's in those boxes? I don't know. It could be AC units. It could be some type of machinery. But they loading it on the floor. Dang. And hopefully it's more than one person loading each trailer. You know what I mean? They got like a tag team situation going on. Where he dropped one and you drop one and they go back and forth. Because clearly that machine only can hold one box at a time. Now maybe two. It look like it can hold two at a time. But yeah. When they give you the disclaimer saying, oh, loading time may take up to 4 hours, just know it's going to take up to 4 hours. Just know that. Just know that. So now I know that and I ain't going to come back here no more. Because you ain't going to get no detention. They're going to make sure that they load you within those 4 hours. You know, usually certain places, detention start after 2 or 3. But they gave you the disclaimer that's going to take 4. Yeah, there's no you screwed, bro. There's no you stuck. Trust the Trucker said, I think you're right about the saving and buying the rig. If they change the game with a major blitz cleanup, what do you think about these Indian companies on the road? It seems like they took over. Yeah, let me read that shit again, bro. Let me read that one more time. I think you're right about the saving and buying the truck if they change the game with a major blitz cleanup. That's gonna happen, all right? What do you think about all these Indian companies on the road? It seems like it ain't just the Indian, it's everybody else. You got, you know, black and white and everybody else. Everybody else done took over the road. It ain't Indian. You know what I mean? I don't want to put it on the Indians like that. It's Palestinians and, you know, them brown kids, and I don't know where they're from. But obviously, you know, you can look and be like, okay, you look like Indian, but they probably not Indian. But yeah, they took over the roads, bro. They know that. The people that run those organizations, the trucker organizations, know that. I don't know the names of them, the OOIDAs and all them shits. Like, they know what's going on these roads. So the major blitz and the cleanup is coming. Alright? I've spoken into existence. I'm going to continue speaking to existence. The cleanup is coming. We need to clean up. So make sure you clean. Keep your shit together. Stay on point. You know what I mean? If you like to do certain shit, just make sure you cautious of what you're doing. Alright? Don't be out here sleeping. Some video I seen, I forgot where they were driving through, but yeah, there was a checkpoint. Oh, we just checking your license and everything. Schedule 3. Inspection level 3. Everybody else coming through had to stop and show your, let me see your license, let me see your clock. Alright, so I believe more checkpoints like that gonna come into play once Trump start to talk about that shit and make it on his radar. Let's wait, bro. Get your shit together, man. You got a game system. Yeah, I was just on the Xbox earlier before I got on here. I was on the Xbox earlier, you know what I'm saying? I went 3 and 5. Yeah, 3 and 5. All I be playing is 2K, I ain't gonna lie. They need to come out with the college game, college basketball game. They keep coming out with the football shit. I'm not really a big football video game fan. I watch football. I don't really enjoy playing the game. But yeah, when they come out with that college shit, your 2K gonna take a back seat. Because the college experience is different. All the way around, alright? All the way around. But yeah, we got the Xbox in the back, man, TV, internet, and all that. If I ain't show you what I use for internet, get you the T-Mobile hotspot. If you got T-Mobile, they got the hotspot, the rotor, or not the hotspot, the rotor. And as long as you got a cell phone service, you get that shit for $30. So you add on $30 to your service. Whatever your bill is, add $30 onto that. Internet everywhere. That shit work everywhere. There's never a place where I needed to work and it didn't work. I mean, so I got that jumping, service and all that. Yo, it should be so simple. You know, you got people that got the satellite dish on the back of their truck and all that. Nah, that's just overkill, bro. That's an overkill. You don't need none of that. All you need is hotspot and a smart TV. That's it. You don't need no goddamn satellite dish on the back of your truck looking crazy. You know what I mean? And then if you got Spectrum, you log into your Spectrum account and you good. Watch your ESPN, your TNTs and all that. Mr. Black said he making egg whites, chicken breast, and rice. Good protein. My boy eating good out there. Eating good in the truck. You used to have a generator you had game system plugged into. That's a fact. And that generator, like, the generator didn't mess up. The damn cord the cord that you pulled to start it done fell off the tracks or somehow, some way. And I was frustrated with that shit, and I just left it where I was at. So somebody, if they knew how to fix it, they done got him a good generator. The damn cord, I was like, damn, I ain't got time to deal with this shit, bro. And I just left that shit where it was at. So somebody done, you know, came up for a nice generator. And that shit worked good too. It had the smart app to it, so you could shut it off from your phone. It'll let you know when it's overloading and all that. Let you know when the oil is low, gas is low, all of that. Frankie De Jesus said, try to get a big enough generator, big bro. Yeah, what's enough though? Cause I was at Harbor Freight yesterday, matter of fact, and I was looking at what they got. And 4,500 watts, do I need that much? I don't think I need that much, bro. 2,500. You know what I mean? 2,500 watts is good enough. Cause the zero breeze I'm gonna get, if you got that running all night, it's gonna use about 500 watts, right? 500 watts. And then if I got my TV and I got the Xbox going, Xbox gonna add like another 150, right? And then you got the TV gonna add about 10, something like that. So it's still well under half. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I need 4,500 watts. So 2,500 watts is good enough. 2,000, 2,500. And those generators, they want like 350 for it. Unless you get the Honda joint. If you get the Honda, you're gonna spend 1,200. For whatever reason, the Honda generator, they want 1,200, $1,300 for that shit. And they do the same thing. Louis Rosario said, I thought APU run 13, 15 hours. I don't know. I don't know about who got what APU, but when I first had Cranberry, she had to eat the APU on it, but it's electric, right? So you got 4 batteries for the truck, and you got 4 batteries for the APU. That shit will run all night. It'll definitely give me 10 hours. It'll definitely give me 10 hours, but after some time, of course, it stopped working. And I tried to get it fixed. I went to numerous places to try to get it fixed, and nobody knew how to get it fixed. I was just going to the wrong places. Yeah, I was going to the wrong places. I kept going to the dealership. That was when I ain't know nothing, though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know nothing. And the dealership told me, oh, no, you need new batteries. All right, cool, change batteries. Oh, you need a stronger alternator. Spent all the money on the new alternator. Oh, that still ain't charged nothing. They ain't changed anything. So now I know, right? Now I know exactly where I need to go to get it fixed. But at that time, I was just wasting money, and I just gave up on that shit. Bunch of Landstar trailers, a whole bunch of Landstar trailers. Clearly, this is Landstar's main customer, not main customer, but they use Landstar the most. See that? Would you say Prime is the best company for company drivers, with them starting out at $900 a week during training? I don't know nothing about Prime. I ain't never been there, but you know, you see Prime everywhere, right? Everybody talk about Prime. Prime got all the drivers. Everybody making content. Whenever you go on social media and you see one of these new drivers, more likely or not, they with Prime. So they still taking on drivers. You know, shit, it might be a good place to go. I don't know, because the game obviously right now is so different. Me, if I was just not getting into trucking, I don't think I would ever go to one of those major carriers. Yeah, I don't think I would go there. Not right now. I'll go get me a 1099 job, and I need $2,000 a week. You ain't getting that at Prime. These banks help them. I know. I seen that shit on the news. All right? They get helped. I don't know. This shit don't make no sense, bro. It probably make no sense to us, but it makes all the sense to the government. All right? It don't make no sense to us. The banks get the money, but those that like us that's from here that could use the money, they give us a whole runaround to get the money. Shit don't make no sense, bro. But the shake-up is coming, all right? The shakedown is coming. So if you got a couple dollars, start thinking about which truck you want to buy. That's all I'm saying. If you got a couple dollars, start thinking about how I'm a stack up even more, create the safety net, because you need that safety net. So create the safety net and think about, all right, cool. Which truck do I want to buy? And hopefully you know which one to buy. The Gator gave too many times, all right? If you could avoid all them DPF bullshits, do that. And if you can't avoid it, make sure you know where you could go to go get it situated. Don't waste no time. That's all I'm saying, bro. Don't waste no time. Do it immediately. The sooner the better. 'Cause I ain't gonna lie. The way my truck drive, bro, I could almost feel like I would have been in the shop. Joel Embiid will undergo surgery on his left knee. That's what the notification I just got. Yo, my man is robbing the NBA right now. Cam read this stat saying that nigga made $125 million sitting on the bench. That's crazy. He ready to retire. I guarantee you, after this contract is up, he's gonna retire. Because he's not gonna get that money no more. That big money that he's getting, he ain't getting that shit no more. My man was the #1 pick. He came to the league hurt. So what they thought? Sneaker Block Twine, what's going on, fool? If you got the room, grab the 450. Why grab the 450, bro? Don't that burn more fuel? Like, why grab the 450? Oh, let me show y'all where I'm gonna put it at too. Let me show y'all. I get the generator where I want to put it at. But for those that just came here, you know what I'm saying? Kicks of the day is how we keeping it. Keep the two cement together. You did? Keep it together. Don't be out here faking. Let me show y'all where I'm gonna put it at. See, I'm gonna get my mechanic. If I get the one that needs to go here, I'm gonna get up under here and I'm gonna have him put it right up in here. You see what I'm saying? And I don't know. It looked like the 450 mic could fit right there. Just gotta like do some shit with this and move this out the way. But clearly, you just bolt that off and bolt it down. I got all that space right there. If y'all wondering what used to go right there, yeah, you already know what go right there. Ain't nothing leaking up under the truck. You know what I mean? Truck looking like. And I'm gonna have to remove that. Get the DPF tank out of here. We don't need that no more. Yeah, but this space right here, put the either if I'm getting the one that doesn't like you can't that don't have the handle, I'm gonna get the one right there and put it right there. But if I get the one with the handle, I probably won't put it right there. Probably just keep it in the truck. Probably just keep it in the truck and move it for when I need to use it, like I did with the other one. Everything good, you know what I mean? No leaky leaks going on. But you expect that though with the with this delete that I got home. Let me pop the hood real quick. See, I'm gonna show you what to expect. My mechanic told me that it's normal. I changed the exhaust manifolds, got the what you call that shit? The EGR and all that shit moved too. Gotta ease your engine, you know your shit gonna leak at some point in time. Nothing you can do about that. You just don't want the cold leaks, right? You just don't want the shit leaking while you parked up. That's what you don't want. You don't want the idle leaks. But yeah, man, my shit definitely be leaking around the exhaust manifold. Oh damn, I'm bugging. Gotta turn shit around, bro. Should be leaking behind there, but I told my mechanic, he was like, man, that's what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna happen. He said that's normal shit. But it don't make my oil level get low. So for the fact that it don't make my oil level never get low, you might know what he talking about. I'm keeping an eye on that shit, man. It should be leaking. Should be leaking. But never on the floor though. As long as you paying attention to your oil level, you should be alright. If your oil level not getting low, and you ain't out here bullshitting, yeah, it's still right under the full line. The shit gonna leak, man. There's nothing you can do about that. Alright? Nothing you can do about the leaks. But as long as you not having no puddles up under your truck while it's parked up, you alright. That's what I can say. As long as you ain't got no puddles, no big ass puddles, and the truck not even on, then you good. So they said. So I heard these two old timers debating which engine is the best to get, and it was like whatever one start with a C. So shit, I think a Cat and I think a Cummins, right? So yeah, they was going back and forth of the Cat, and I was like, nah, the Cummins. So one had the Cat, one had the Cummins. So I guess it's your preference, right? You know what I'm saying? Whatever you like. But we all know the DD13, DD15. Look, those are the only engines that I know of, because, I own 3 different engines. That's the only engine that do that. Man, I can't even explain the sound, man. It got that breathing problem. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Like when you got this shit running and it's just breathing funny. I forgot what's the fuel quantity valve. That's what it is. For every reason, that DD15 engine, them shits go bad. A lot. Sometimes I go certain places, I just hear the trucks idling and they all got that sound. You already know what's in the engine. I mean, you already know what kind of engine's in that truck. But yeah, get you an engine that start with a C. I mean, whatever that is. The 25 have small gas tanks, so it's not gonna last that many hours. Okay, yeah, that's a fact. I can see that. Small gas tanks. Like, listen, one gallon every 2 days. I don't know if I'll even run through that much at night. You know what I mean? Because who sleep for 10 hours, really? I mean, a little 8 hours, 6 hours throughout the day. Look, I had it before, so I know it ain't costly. It ain't like that. Jazz for Just says, what's a good way to pay yourself with worrying about the IRS? Look, if there's one truck driver telling you right now that they don't owe the IRS some money, they lie. Alright? They ain't telling the truth. You know what I mean? Everybody got the same. Some people don't file. The biggest mistake, I think, from me realizing the game right now is not filing. Even if you ain't got the money to pay them or whatever the case may be, you want to file, bro. Yeah, you want to file. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have backed up years of no filing going on, and that's a problem right there. So even if you ain't got the money to get them, you might want to file. But what's a good way though? I think the industry's in a time where people not making the money that we once was making, right? So what I was doing when I first started driving on operating and shit, I used to just pay myself. I never used to pay myself. Like whatever I made, I didn't separate it, right? So when the tax time came, yeah, niggas wanted like 15,000. I remember that shit, 15 bands. So I had the 15 bands and I gave them. But that's when shit was jumping. So I transitioned from that to put myself on the payroll, right? I put myself on the payroll. So whatever the truck made, I paid myself like, $500 a week. So you just want to go ahead and get your payroll service, bro. Get your payroll service. Use QuickBooks or ADF or whatever that shit called, ADP, right? One of those. And then pay yourself through that. Company get paid and you pay yourself. But the thing with that is, you gotta file yourself as an entity. So tax time come around, you gotta pay different. You don't just pay like how when you file the tax regular. Now you gotta pay for your company, which is like $800, $900, and then you file for yourself. Right now, what I think, it ain't worth it to have myself on no payroll, because you ain't making that money like how you once was making. You know what I'm saying? Your expenses here and what you're making is damn near even, right? It ain't that much. So this